Welcome to DRM News Global. Today, we're looking at Zendaya and Tom Holland.
Yeah, that recent sighting, it's actually the first time they've been, photographed together since the engagement news.
Right, since that was confirmed back in, January 2025?
Exactly. And the setting is interesting, too.
Where was it? Not a premiere or anything?
No, much more low-key. It was on the Los Angeles set for Euphoria Season 3.
Oh, okay. So really different from their usual sort of high-profile appearances.
Definitely. More of a candid glimpse, you could say. It was April 25th.
Okay, so let's get into the details. What exactly happened? What did the photos show?
Well, basically, Tom was seen visiting Zendaya. Looked like he was, just outside her trailer.
Right, just hanging out.
Yeah, not posing or anything. Just seemed like a normal visit between takes, maybe.
And the clothes, I heard, were super casual, too.
Oh, totally. He had on a cream sweatshirt, black jeans, white sneakers.
Standard comfy clothes.
Very much. And a red baseball cap,
Mhm.
which eagle-eyed fans noticed was his Barrow brand hat.
Ah, right, his non-alcoholic beer brand. Subtle plug, maybe?
Or just his favorite hat, who knows. And Zendaya, she was similar. White sweatshirt, brown sweatpants.
And Uggs. I think I read Uggs.
Tan mini Uggs, yeah. Very much downtime apparel for both of them.
A world away from the red carpet looks we usually associate with them.
Absolutely. It felt, more real.
And wasn't there a dog involved, too?
Yes. Good point. Tom was actually seen carrying Noon.
Noon, that's Zendaya's miniature schnauzer, right?
That's the one. Just adds to that whole picture of comfortable domesticity, I think.
Yeah, it does. And considering how busy they both are, these moments must be pretty rare.
You'd think so. I mean, she's filming Euphoria in LA, but wasn't she also doing Nolan's The Odyssey in Europe?
Yeah, reportedly commuting between the two. That's intense.
Seriously intense. So him being there, even just on set, feels significant. Shows they're making the effort.
Definitely. Now, this all happens against the backdrop of their engagement, which was confirmed in January 25.
Right, but they themselves haven't actually spoken about it publicly at all.
Still nothing official from them.
Nope. We know because, well, Zendaya's been seen wearing the ring, but no statements, no interviews on the topic.
They're keeping it very private.
Which is their style, seems like. But other people have been talking a little.
Ah, okay. Like family, friends.
Bit of both. Tom's dad, Dominic Holland, he actually shared some details.
Oh, really? Where was this?
On his Patreon page, apparently. Back in January, right after the news broke.
And what did he say? Spill the beans?
Sort of, yeah. He mentioned Tom had bought a ring and quite traditionally had spoken to Zendaya's father first, asked for permission.
Oh, wow. Old school. I like that.
Yeah, and he even said Tom had planned the whole proposal meticulously.
Like the details.
Exactly. The when, where, how, even what to say and what to wear. Sounds like he put a lot of thought into it.
That's really sweet, actually. Shows intention.
Definitely paints a picture. And then there's Law Roach.
Zendaya's stylist. He must be in the loop.
You'd assume so. He spoke to E! News in April.
And wedding dress details.
He confirmed he'd be involved with the dress, which, makes sense. But he also kind of managed expectations on timing.
How so?
He suggested the wedding itself is probably far away, mentioned maybe 2026.
Okay, that tracks. With filming this year, premieres next year.
Right. It sounds like they have a packed schedule for a while. So a 2026 wedding seems plausible, gives them time.
Makes sense to not rush it with everything else going on. It's that balancing act again.
Exactly. And speaking of future plans, it's interesting to look back at what Tom said right before the engagement was public knowledge.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
There was an interview with Men's Health. It came out January 2nd, 2025, so just before Zendaya was spotted with the ring.
Okay, and what did he talk about?
About his priorities, specifically about family and acting.
What did he say?
He was pretty direct. He said, when I have kids, you will not see me in movies anymore.
Whoa, really? That's huge.
Yeah. He followed it up with golf and dad, and I will just disappear off the face of the earth.
Disappear completely. That's a strong statement for an actor at his level.
It really is. Shows where his head might be at long term, prioritizing family life over the Hollywood machine.
Definitely gives you insight into his values. Quite striking.
Makes you think about fame and what people really want beyond it.
So, just to recap for anyone who maybe hasn't followed them closely.
Right, the basics. They met playing love interests in the Spider-Man movies.
MJ and Peter Parker.
The iconic duo. And while people speculated for ages, they officially went public as a couple in 2021.
And since then, the narrative around them, from sources at least, has been about this really supportive relationship.
Yeah, insiders often describe it as an encouraging partnership. They seem to champion each other's careers.
We see that on red carpets for sure. And we mentioned her schedule, Euphoria, The Odyssey.
Which involves that crazy commute between LA and Europe.
Right. But Tom's been seen visiting the Odyssey set too, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Which again underlines that commitment. He's showing up even when it means crossing continents.
That takes real dedication, especially with their kind of schedules. Now, back to the proposal for a sec. Did we hear anything more about the where?
Just a little bit. Beyond what Dominic Holland shared, one source reported it happened somewhere quite personal,
Like a pit.
apparently at the house of one of Zendaya's family members.
Oh, okay. During the holidays.
That was the report, yeah. Sounds like it was kept very low-key, very intimate within the family circle.
Which fits their whole vibe, really. Preferring privacy for big moments.
Exactly. And there was that quote in People magazine, too, from a source.
What did that one say?
It was pretty telling, something like everybody around them knew an engagement was on.
So it wasn't a huge surprise to their inner circle.
Apparently not. The source added, he's always been obsessed with her. He always knew she was the one.
Wow, obsessed. Strong word, but maybe in a good way.
I think it meant deeply smitten, and it ended with, they have something really special.
And sounds more like it, acknowledging that unique connection they seem to have.
Yeah, paints a picture of something solid and long-term, at least according to those who know them.
So wrapping this all back to the Euphoria set photos, why do these seemingly simple pictures matter?
Well, I think their significance lies in how unstaged they are. It's rare.
A peek behind the curtain.
Exactly. It offers a glimpse into what seems like a really solid friendship underpinning the romance. You see them navigating fame, navigating these huge careers.
But still having these quiet, normal-ish moments.
Right. Connecting on a personal level, it makes them seem more, I don't know, relatable than the usual polished appearances. Humanizes them a bit.
So let's quickly summarize the key points from this DRM News Global report. We had the first photos since the engagement confirmation.
Our really casual visit on the Euphoria set, complete with comfy clothes and Zendaya's dog, Noon.
We got some insider details from Tom's dad about the thoughtful proposal planning.
And a hint from La Roche that the wedding might be planned for 2026, given their packed schedules.
Plus, that interesting reminder of Tom's comments about prioritizing family and potentially stepping back from acting down the line.
Yeah, all these little pieces paint a picture of a couple trying to build a life together under, well, pretty intense scrutiny.
It really highlights that constant balancing act for famous couples, doesn't it? Between their public image and their private reality.
Definitely. These small glimpses, like the set photos, they make you think about that negotiation.
Yeah, it leaves you wondering, how do they manage it all? What do these candid moments tell us about how they protect their relationship while living such public lives? Something to think about.
For sure.
Thanks for tuning in to DRM News Global.